After Delhi and Telangana, Karnataka has now decided to ban Uber taxi services. Sources say that the taxi service is not registered with the State Road Transport Authority. The state government will notify the public about the ban today. The Transport Commissioner will also inform the public about the registered taxi service in the state. The Karnataka Transport Minister had informed the Assembly that the state had received a notification asking Uber to be banned if it is not registered.
More troubled rules for taxi aggregators who are applying in Bangalore. I'm joined by the Transport Commissioner, Mr. Ramay. Thank you so much for joining us. My first question to you. Uber taxi, banned in Karnataka, they're not being registered at all?
Yeah, they are not registered under Motor Vehicle Act. That's why there is no need to, go in detail. Just because since they are registered, as an aggregator or operator, we have concern about it. But these fellows, this in Uber taxi, what you are telling, they are not registered in RTO or RTA or anywhere else.
So one question is, how many of them are actually operating in the city, and how many of them are actually registered, how many are unregistered or working illegally?
So 8 players are here in this thing in our city. That's KSDC, Ola, Meru, Easy Cab, Bangalore Cabs, Mega Cabs, Star City Taxis and Rapid.
So these are the only legal ones that are registered and plying in the city and are allowed to?
Yeah.
Will you be issuing notifications to others who are not applying or for example are not registered? Who are these other 2 companies?
See, whatever is this, these apart from these 8, they cannot use other names or whatever it is, they should not operate. So we issue public notice and then notification. As such, apart from these 8, none other than this should not operate.
Now, sir, the problem is that these people, they call themselves radio taxis. They had said they had GPS positioning in them so that people thought they were feeling secure when they're traveling in these vehicles, especially wherever they were flying, in any of the major cities. Now, will you be cracking down on others or checking whether these violations, whether they really had GPS positioning in them, they were really radio taxis? Will that crackdown also take place?
Yeah, we have tested all these things squad. They are doing. Yesterday also they have seized 10 taxis and they are checking even the antecedents of the drivers and then the age of the taxi and other 25 parameters which have been laid down under our Permit Act.
So just to understand, in terms of the violations, the major violations which pose a threat to society for the government itself is one that Uber did was not register register the company or do a background check of their drivers. The same situation also happens in Karnataka and on Bangalore?
No, but what happens, they are not having exclusive taxis or cabs of their own. That is the problem. That's why we don't recognize him, and there is no chance of running or operating taxis in Bangalore.
So the Bangalore police has said that they're going to make it mandatory that verification of every single driver has to be done, like the normal passport verification that they do. Only based on that will they be allowed to fly on the streets. A similar kind of you'll had a marathon meeting between the police and yourselves and the other officials of RTO. My point is, what will be those mandatory rules you will put in place so that we know that the background of the driver is checked, or if something untoward happens also, people can report?
Yeah, exactly. We expect these people to react if there is any chance of these untoward incidents. Apart from that, we have set a deadline. Within 31st of this December, everything should be checked. Otherwise, the companies who are hiring or engaging the drivers, they are whole and sole responsible for his act.
So you mean to say the registered companies are responsible in case something happens?
Exactly.
So the whole idea is about responsibility, and the point is that accountability is what they're looking at. More importantly, Uber taxi gets kicked out of Karnataka, but other taxis also are on the radar. If anybody is found violating them, well, they have to face the whip. With Cameron Madhu, Roni Swami in Bangalore for Headlines Today.